So, hi guys. Now, I have a feeling this is going to upset a few people because they just really don't know how to angle themselves when confronted with certain ideas. But I'm just going to ask them politely to refrain from, the temptation of wickedness and try and be a little bit understanding here. Just quickly and briefly with regards to what I've showed in the last few videos with regards to the stocks markets around the world and the synchronicity in those. I did do a little bit more digging on that, and it seems as though the money came from the Central European Bank, and I understand that this is the reserve bank now for Europe. And even though they have done a quantitative easing, which means the money was purely printed up out of thin air, and we know that that is just ridiculous to do that because you just can't create wealth, but you just can't tell these people that run central banks that, can you? And the damage that it causes with regards to inflation now, I know, and my heart goes out to those people on my channel in places like Alaska, Canada, the United States and Australia and all the other countries. There's just too many to name because this channel is international and we've got pretty much subscribers. Although we've only got 5,300 subscribers, they are in countries all over this world, including Russia and even China, believe it or not. The Philippines, I could go on and on and on, and forgive me for not mentioning your country here. But there are a lot of subscribers, and on average, and to some channel compared with some channels on YouTube, it's not a lot, but I think it's an incredible amount, really. 60,000 views on average per month on the channel. So I do sometimes think that there is something that I'm doing right. Some of you know that I had 15,000 subscribers on the channel, and it was through trying to raise a bit more money to do other things on that channel that we went down the route of monetizing it, and it led to a complete and utter disaster, and not one penny to this day has been recovered from that, yet still 69 people pay a subscription to that channel, and there hasn't been any content uploaded on that channel for over a year. I've kept it because it's records of some of the videos that I've done, and I've put my work and time into those videos, and even though I'm the only one that seems to get to watch them, it's still it would be too much for me to just destroy and wipe out nearly 80 videos on that channel. Yeah, thanks for that, Google. I never got a penny of it, and to my calculation it must be nearly $10,000 now at least owed to me, and no physical way of getting that money back off you because you don't even have a customer service, do you? And even though I qualified for the amount of hours, and my entitlement would mean that I could have some form of contact with YouTube, they was reluctant to return any of the messages whatsoever that I'd sent them. So, it suffered for that, and I'm out of pocket for that. Last Christmas we tried to raise a few quid, didn't we, with the raffle, with the diamond, the 1 carat diamond and the old coin that someone won. But this year I didn't want to do that. It wasn't really the way I thought that this channel should be doing things, and I left it with the PayPal option. And I know some people don't like using PayPal for various reasons. So a few people have asked me, how much do you earn off YouTube and the PayPal button that you have? And the honest answer is there probably on average, if I'm lucky, about £50 a month, which isn't a lot, really, is it, when you think about it? And it's a limitation really on what this channel can achieve. If it was to raise in a little bit more than that, we could do a lot more. I try not to talk about this money side of things because I just feel completely uncomfortable about it. I'd just rather just mention this as a link at the end of the videos like I usually do. But I've had the idea of Patreon, and I wanted to ask your opinion on whether you would support me on Patreon, and just run that by you. Now, I know a few other people that are doing Patreon. It's a creator's website, and we definitely do create things on this channel. And if we had more funds, we could create a lot more on this channel. We could do a lot more, and I'm pretty sure that the contents would get more interesting if we had a bit more money raised on the channel. And just to give you, for instance, when I first started doing YouTube videos, it wasn't important to me at that point because I was making money out of various other things. But I'm pretty sure you're aware of the climate at the moment and how things are going, and it's slowly dwindled away, and to the point where to replace some of the things that I lost through, and it's through my own stupidity, like the 1 year I took a high definition camera out to the shed where I'd got my oscilloscope and some other laboratory equipment set up, and it was around -9. It was in the winter time, and after doing the video, I took the video camcorder without thinking what would happen straight back into the house that was at about 21 degrees Celsius, and left it on the side of the windowsill. And you can imagine what happened with the electronics inside there with regards to condensation. Let's just say this, it didn't work again, but it really, really annoyed me, that did, because I'd spent about £300 on that camera, probably a bit more if you include the memory card and things like that. And it did bereave me because it took me a year to replace that camera, or even longer. The oscilloscope, through leaving it in that room where it was with no heating, come to the same fate, as well as a few other things. And even to this date, I still haven't been able to replace that oscilloscope, even though it was a bit of a shed anyhow. It was still usable, and I could demonstrate a few things on it. And it's that sort of thing, you do really need a bit of extra support to replace things like that, and these things do happen. I watch a couple that are sailing around the world on a boat, and they get reasonably good. I think if I could get that sort of support that they're getting, I'd be over the moon. But you can imagine on a yacht what sort of things need regularly replacing, and of course you also need to live as well as and then mooring fees and things like that. So I know for a fact that if they weren't getting some other support from somewhere else, they would not be able to continue. I like to think that what we do on this channel has a value. For one, we do cover one of the main topics. Now, some people get a little bit shirty, but I'm not talking about pole shift in every video, and that is because I wouldn't have nothing new to say. I'd rather leave it every fortnight or every month and make at least one video on the pole shift to just keep you up to date with what's going on and what we've found new with regards to that. The other thing we do on the channel is we've just started to analyse some of the data with regards to the economy. Science is all about the analytical approach to how you you take the data and the information out of graphs and things like that. And so it was I wouldn't say an easy task to draw out the recent information out of the stocks, because I had to analyse a lot of different stock markets around the world. I had to analyse the data over a daily period, over a weekly period, over a monthly period, and so on, in order to pick out the trend. And as you guys already know, I did a real good job of that, and you've said so yourselves. So, getting back to the point, do you think it's worth me setting up a patron account. And the other thing is, would you support it? And the other thing is, as some of you may know, it's paid per video, I think, on Patreon. Some people put, they give a gift for whatever, amount they choose to donate to the creator. So, I was just going on one that I'd looked, and they'd put, £5 you got a sticker, £10 you got, coasters and things like that. £25, £50 and £200 and so on. There was for each donation per video, obviously the gift had increased. So, if first of all, the question I wanted to ask is, would you support the channel on Patreon? And if you was going to support it for $5 per video, what sort of gift would you want for that? If you was going to support it for $10, what sort of gift do you think I should give others for that? And $25, and $50. And of course, I realise there's not going to be many people out there giving $200 per video, but there are wealthy people out there, and they might. So, what do you think you should give someone that supports you with that amount? I'm putting it out there for you guys to decide, or whether you should think we should just leave it with the PayPal account, and with the channel raising on average £50 a week. £50 a month. It wouldn't be so bad if it was £50 a week. What could happen if we raised more money? Well, it's got to get better, hasn't it? We can buy more equipment. With things like this data logger at the moment, we can offer a reward for that person, which would make him probably, more likely to, get this sorted out, so that we could get the magnetometer station up and running, and we could get the website built a little bit more professionally than what I could just do it on my own. This is one of the problems on this channel, is that I seem to be like, if we look at it as a hotel, I'm the guy that comes out and collects the suitcases. I'm the guy who also books you in your room. I'm the guy who brings you, cooks your meals. I'm also the waiter. It's stretching everything all the time to manage all by just one person. I'd like to just hand those things over to other people that would do a better job of it anyhow, and the overall result would be much better. So, give me your feedback on this, is what I'm asking. And, that's why I started the video off as well. For those people that are just going to see this as an opportunity to attack, I'm just going to say, please, try and refrain yourselves. If you don't want to support the channel at all, that's perfectly fine. But you don't need to add, your cruel comments as a result. Just, if that's what you really are feeling like you must do, just take a few breaths and go and watch another video somewhere else. I'm trying to improve the channel. That's all I'm trying to do at the end of the day. So tell me what I could do in return for your support, as well as what we do already. Tell me how we could make the videos better, more interesting. Give me your feedback. That's what I'm after. If we can get some feedback, we can change the way some of the things are done on the channel. And for now, there is a PayPal link, and if you want to make a donation, that link's there. And if you want to, if you're interested in supporting me on Patreon, let me know, because if there's no support, there's no point, really, is there? I'll leave it in your hands, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm looking forward to what happens on the stock markets in the morning. My guess is that the stocks are going to drop around about the same amounts as what they increased on Friday. I could just throw a few ideas out there at the moment as to what I think is going on. But we'll wait till tomorrow and see what happens. So, guys, link below if you want to support the channel, as we've been doing on PayPal. and give me feedback on the Patreon. That's mainly what this video is about. So take care, and bye for now.